Hello students, this is assistance on a little history lesson for Veterans Day. This is the reading I'm asking you to do on Monday when I am not here, when we're observing Veterans Day. And this is the reading. Everyone should have it in front of you. It's in a sleeve because we're going to use it for every classroom. And I am going to start by selecting my target. I'm not going to mark up the text. I'm just going to select it and read it with you so you can follow along. Overview. Veterans Day is a holiday that honors people who have served in the United States Armed Forces, also known as veterans. It is a federal holiday in the United States that is observed on November 11th. Government offices and schools are typically closed. So, by the way, we do not typically close for Veterans Day, but we're often off at that time in November because of parent teacher conferences anyway. It coincides with other holidays such as Remembrance Day and Armistice Day, which are celebrated in other parts of the world and also mark the anniversary of the end of World War I. Veterans Day pays tribute to all American veterans, living or dead, and especially gives thanks to living veterans who served their country honorably during war or peacetime. I'm going to move my document up a little bit and we're going to learn about the history of Veterans Day. So we are at history. U.S. President Woodrow Wilson first proclaimed Armistice Day for November 11th, 1919. In proclaiming the holiday, he said, "To us in America, the reflections of Armistice Day will be filled with solemn pride in the heroism of those who died in the country's service and with gratitude for the victory, both because of the thing from which it has freed us and because of the opportunity it has given America to show her sympathy with peace and justice in the councils of the nations." And I do want to pause right here and point out that the word armistice is a fancy way of saying peace or a cessation of conflict. And in 1919, this was the end of World War I. So the U.S. got involved in World War I quite late. Europe had been fighting for quite a few years, and then we got involved, and the good guys won in World War I, in my humble opinion. So this is after the end of World War I. Let's go back to our target and keep reading. American effort during World War II saw the greatest mobilization of the U.S. Army, Navy, Marines, and Air Force in the nation's history. More than 16 million people served during World War II, while some 5.7 million more served in the Korean War. In 1954, Congress amended the 1938 Act that had made Armistice Day a holiday, striking the word armistice in favor of veterans. So remember that amended means changed. So they changed the act. President Dwight D. Eisenhower signed the legislation on June 1st, 1954. From then on, November 11th became a day to honor American veterans of all wars. I'm going to move my text up a little bit, and we will resume. In America, an official wreath-laying ceremony is held each Veterans Day at the Tomb of the Unknowns in Arlington National Cemetery. This is in Washington, D.C., by the way, while parades and other celebrations are held in states around the country. Veterans Day is not to be confused with Memorial Day, the fourth Monday in May, which honors American service members who died in service to their country or as a result of injuries occurred during battle. All right, I'm going to go to my next page, which is over here. Let's have a nice picture here of a guy saluting. Resuming. Since it is a federal holiday, many American workers and students have Veterans Day off from work or school. If Veterans Day falls on a Saturday, which it does this year, the preceding Friday may be designated as the holiday. If it falls on a Sunday, it is typically observed on the following Monday. There are parades and church services, and in many places, the American flag is hung at half-mast. That means it's not put all the way up on the flagpole, it is put only halfway up. A period of silence lasting 2 minutes may also be held at 11 a.m. across the country. Now we're going to learn about the national ceremony. Veterans Day National Ceremony. On Veterans Day at 11 a.m., a color guard made up of members from each of the military branches renders honors to America's war dead during a heart-moving ceremony at the Tomb of the Unknowns in Arlington National Cemetery. The president or his representative places a wreath at the tomb, and a bugler sounds taps. And taps is that song that they play on the bugle. You would recognize it if you heard it. The rest of the ceremony, including a parade of flags by numerous veteran service organizations, takes place inside the Memorial Amphitheater. Now we're going to read about red poppies. Red poppies. The wearing of poppies in honor of America's war dead is traditionally done on Memorial Day, not Veterans Day. However, it is not uncommon to see people wear red poppies on Veterans Day. It is more common to see red poppies in the United Kingdom near or during Remembrance Day, a day that honors and remembers the fallen British soldiers who fought during World War I. The practice of wearing red poppies takes its origin from the poem In Flanders Fields. Written in 1915 by John McCrae, it partly reads, In Flanders fields the poppies blow, between the crosses row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky the larks still bravely singing fly, scarce heard amid the guns below. I hope this helps you on your education journey. You are now invited to do the following activities that are related to this reading. Be good for the sub.